Hi everyone. So this is a bit of an ad hoc video. I don't have much time to do videos and show off things live, sadly, but I keep on getting numerous private messages, emails, um, people ping me in the chat and elsewhere requesting that I do a video. So I have some spare 10-15 minutes so I can show off the second prototype of the Pinebook Pro and the build that will ship with it. So let's get to it. Now, this prototype differs slightly, at least from the exterior, from the actual production unit that will ship to you. The production unit will have a little pine sign logo here on this key, as we have agreed with members of the community, and we'll have all the correct labeling for the ports on the sides, which this one doesn't. Other than that, it is pretty much exactly the same as the units that will be shipping. And let's boot it. So this is a cold boot, and it should take about 10-15 seconds. This is running off of eMMC. And there we are. So the default credentials are rock and rock for the username and password. And here we are. Now I've set this build up a little bit, so I've installed a few things, and I transferred a couple of movies to show off local playback, so we may as well start with that. Let's see, videos. Yeah, so I have a 1080p Big Buck Bunny and a 4K video at both at 30 FPS. So let's start with 1080p using SM Player. And we have no sound. There we go. Yep, and as you can probably tell, the 1080p is played back really nice and smooth. Now, if you want to play back 4K content, you're going to have to use the accelerated Mpv Player that comes with the build. And this is the 4K version. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So yeah, I've tried out a number of different file types and codecs, and in general, everything that's 30 FPS will play back nice and smoothly. 60 FPS videos, it will kind of depend on the codec. It's a bit hit and miss. Okay. Right, let's move over to the browser. Now, it comes. The build comes with both Chromium as well as Firefox. Firefox has some stability issues, especially if you're trying to play a video. It just kind of crashes. However, Chromium runs perfectly fine. So I suggest that you stick to Chromium. If you're a Firefox user, then you can try out different deb versions available. So should we start with? Let's just do YouTube. Yeah, so as you can see, the pages are nice and smooth. We fixed a lot of the tearing. I already have ideas for how to fix. There's like a little band here along the screen where there is a little bit of tearing still. I think it has to do with either the compositor or Xorg settings. So there may be a update on day one. For the Pinebook, there's a updater here that you click, and you provide your credentials, and it'll ask you if you want to update. You click yes, and it checks if there's a new update in place. It also runs the traditional apt-get updates and upgrades and all that sort of stuff for you. So now it says it's completed because there are no updates, and it's just gonna vanish. But when you get yours, maybe this is the first thing you want to run, because there may be a couple of minor fixes which we haven't had the time to kind of iron out before shipping this. Okay, so let's select the video. I'll turn off the sound just in case there's some copyrighted music or something else. Let's go full screen. Come on. So yeah, playing back nice and smooth. This is 1080p. We can do stats for nerds. So it dropped some 40 frames since the video started, but I guess that's just because we were going full screen. It'll do 1080p at 30 and 720p at 60 FPS happily. Now, I've had mixed results running 1080p 60 FPS videos, but you know, this could be down to the governor set on this build. It's on demand by default. Oh, about the governor, it does a cool thing where it only uses the cores which are required. So it will automatically turn cores on and off on a need be basis, rather than have all the cores running at the same time. This is quite clever from a power preservation standpoint. Okay. Let me just show you Amazon Prime Video Playback. I don't know if the camera picks this up, but there's helicopters and all sorts of stuff happening, so sorry about that if you can hear it. I don't have Netflix, so I can't showcase that, but I've spoken to Mr. Fixit. It's his build, and he has assured me that Netflix runs just fine, so I'm sure that anything that uses Vidvine will work just fine on this build. Okay, let's go full screen. How do I make this disappear? I actually don't know how to make the oh, okay. Anyways, as you can tell, it's playing back nice and smooth. Here we are. Good. Okay. And in Chromium we also have Webgl Acceleration. So let me run my favorite fish demo. Webgl examples. Aquarium. There we go. I don't know if the numbers mean anything to you, but we're running this with 500 fish and getting roughly 30 FPS. I'm sure that I could probably do a little bit better if I set the governor to performance, because I can tell that it's running at 1.4 gigahertz on the big cores. So let's actually try to do that. So performance, and there we go. Sure enough, much more stable at 30 FPS. Right, what else should I show? Oh, we got USB-C charging working. Now, sadly, my phone charger is plugged under the desk and it just simply won't reach. But I've jerry-rigged one of such cables here so you can see that when I plug it in, the little charging symbols comes on. I hope that you can see this on the camera. And it's charging. And obviously the USB-C can also be used for... let me bring the brightness back up. Yeah, thank you for that. It can also be used for displaying to an external monitor. There we go. So like so. You can see that we still maintain the usability of the second screen, and it can be what's being displayed can be both mirrored and it can be extended, so there's options for that. Let's run htop. So as you can see, it's only reporting 4 cores here because I assume that there are 2 large cores or 2 big cores and 2 A53 cores only being used for this demo because it's just not using all the CPU power that's available to it. It's just not needed. Okay, so let me round up this demo with showing you Quake 3 running. I posted it on Twitter yesterday night, and it seems that people were really excited to see Quake 3 run on the Pinebook Pro, which makes me happy. Maybe we can have a tournament at some point. It's probably best played with the mouse, so let me just disconnect my mouse from my computer, plug it in here, and let's run Quake 3 games. Quake 3. Let's put the sound back on. Oh, it's a bit loud. Right, and on this rather sad note of me losing against a bot, let me wrap up this video. I hope that I have shown everything that there is to see. Oh, damn it. Okay, this is just getting embarrassing. So let me wrap it up. I hope that you enjoyed this quick demo. Now, I know a lot of you asked for me to record something a little bit more professional. I simply don't have time for that. I don't have a proper setup, and I certainly won't be learning any new software to edit these movies together in a nice way. Reviewers will be getting their hands on it soon enough, and I hope they'll do it justice and run it through its paces. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.